Are you staring at a check engine light and wondering if your car is going to fail its next emissions test? If your scanner shows a code P044C, it means there is a low voltage issue in your exhaust gas recirculation sensor C circuit. This is a generic code that applies to almost any car or truck on the road today, from a Toyota Tacoma to a Dodge Ram. The whole point of the exhaust gas recirculation system is to take a small amount of spent exhaust gas and sniff it back into the engine cylinders. Since exhaust gas is inert and takes up space that would normally be filled by oxygen, it helps lower the combustion temperature inside the engine. This is extremely important for reducing nitrogen oxide emissions, which is a major part of federal air quality standards. The powertrain control module controls this valve and uses a feedback sensor to make sure the valve is actually opening and closing to the right position. If the feedback signal is lower than what the computer commanded, it will trigger this code. You might not feel any major symptoms while driving, but you will definitely see that malfunction indicator lamp on your dash. Sometimes moisture can freeze inside the valve during cold winter months, causing it to stick, or heavy carbon deposits can build up and block the movement. Common causes include a short to ground in the signal wires or a completely failed valve. To start your diagnosis, you should use a scan tool to manually command the valve to open and see if it responds. If it stays stuck, you should unplug the harness and check for a 5-volt reference on the connector using a digital volt ohm meter. If you have 5 volts, try using a jumper wire to connect the reference to the signal circuit. If your scan tool now shows the valve position at 100%, you know the wiring is fine and the valve itself is the problem. You should also check for any chafed wires or loose terminals at the connector, which can cause a weak connection. If you find heavy carbon buildup, you can sometimes clean the valve, but usually it is better to just replace it to ensure the code stays away. If you are not comfortable working with high-temperature exhaust components or performing electrical jumper tests, it is a good idea to let a local mechanic handle this one to make sure your emission system is working perfectly.